People who are maximizers also are more likely to have regrets. So maximizers are people who are always chasing after the very best. They want to have absolutely the very best all the time. And what happens when you chase after the very best? So this concept of maximizers was developed by Herbert Simon, who was a psychologist who developed this concept about decision making. Maximizers want the very best. Satisfiers accept a range of outcomes. They're willing to settle for good enough. But maximizers take longer to make decisions, and they're less satisfied with the outcome. So even the thing that's interesting about maximizers is that even when objectively they get a better outcome than the satisfier, they're more likely to have regrets. So this is a questionnaire that I developed. It's in my book, If Only, Finding Freedom from Regret, the Maximizing Questionnaire. So what are the costs and benefits of demanding the best? Consider having healthy high standards rather than 100%. Look for 85% rather than 100%. You think that people are going to think less of you? Which people? Are these really your friends who think less of you if you don't have 100%? Think about contentment as a goal rather than maximizers. So few people complain about being content. Having healthy high standards is more realistic and leads to fewer disappointments. Think about the benefit of settling and being satisfied rather than aiming for the very best. So maximizers, and think about the rise of perfectionism from 1980 to 2019, and the rise of regret and the rise of anxiety. Think about the alternative of what we call adaptive humility. That rather than think I'm to be the perfect person, have the perfect life, that I can settle for less, I can think of myself as human. So what is adaptive humility? It's a recognition that I am only a human being. I don't need or deserve more than other people. I can be satisfied. I can be grateful for what I have. It's hard to have regret if you're grateful, if you have appreciation. I can show appreciation and compassion. So one alternative to regret is appreciation for what I have. If you get up every morning or go to bed every night with a sense of gratitude, just for being alive, for having what you do have in life, think about all the people who are less fortunate. I can think about how I'm more fortunate than others. And believe me, I think everybody watching this is more fortunate than hundreds of millions of other people. I can say yes to what I have rather than demand more. I can aim for contentment. If I can become content with what I have at this moment, how could I have regret? So thinking about adaptive humility as the antidote to regret, as an inoculation against regret. Think about contentment. For example, think about a moment in your life when you felt at peace for that moment, and that you were okay. What memory comes to mind? Had a patient reflect on this, and he remembered when he was doing his residency at a medical school that he was sitting outside by a lake with his colleagues, and they were looking at the ducks in the lake. And he said that moment was a wonderful moment of peace and contentment. Think about moments of contentment day to day by practicing mindfulness. Contentment is the antidote to regret. It's a way of getting beyond regret. So what could make your life feel content?